free time today, so I decided to come out, start working on Callista. It's the name that I've decided, and that's the name I'm sticking with. So we're looking at the... This is the gray water, and that's the black water. It's a little confusing, and this is what I just figured out. So I thought this was a little ventilation. It is and it isn't, because there's a little breather hole up on the roof. But this goes all the way up to the roof, but there is a TN that comes from the drainage from the sink that comes here, drains into there, and then breathes out the top any of them nasty smells. And there's another one over here, but I think, so you see that right there? That's the drain for the shower. And so I need to fix that. That is a problem. Also, you see all the hair? Yeah, it's as gross as you think it is. Ooh, a spider. So, sink, shower, and that drains into this part, which is still the gray water. See how it's the side? And this is the black water, which the poopy bits fall into. And then this main junction is how it's, let me make you vertical, is how it's drained out. And these are corroded. Yeah. And this one has been repaired in the past. So what I'm going to do is tear out both the gray and black water and then look for a substitution online and pretty much use the space in between the structure here and on the other side and put the tank up in there. And then, whoa, what in the world? I'm getting distracted. But yeah, so at least I have some semblance of what I need to do with the plumbing system, because I am going to go the route of a composting toilet, because I don't want to deal with black water needing to drain it off. And then what I'll do is there's the little urinal bit that's usually in those composting toilets that I will hose straight into the gray water, and that way everything is just kind of contained therein, and that way I don't have to worry about dumping any sewage or anything like that. And then you know, any of the gray water I can just use a fancy filter system to dump it into the ground. You know what I'm saying. You know, 'cause you do it too. But yeah, eliminate black water, find a replacement for the gray water, and then re-plumb everything. And then I think we'd be hunky-dory, my great and wonderful viewers. All right, see ya. So looking at the plumbing system here, so I think this is like a 22-gallon tank, 20-gallon tank, something like that. SureFlow. Actually, where is the pump switch? Maybe it's that switch up there. I don't know yet. Haven't figured that out. So this must be, well, this whole thing is a little bit of a hodgepodge mess, but oy vey. But I can't really blame them. I'm a little bit of a hodgepodge guy myself. But you've got water directly into the tank. And then you have your city water. But the way that I have done my drawing and all that, in terms of how the water system works, if you're filling up your water tank, you're going to have a hose from the city water. So why not have a diverter? So you have it pressurizing your system, your system, everything. And then have a diverter hose where you can actually, and then it'll start filling up your tank. And then once it's filled, you turn it off, and vice versa. So having like a Y, but coming this way. And so you'd have a valve here and a valve here. But this, I don't know, this is kind of weird. Also, I got to do something about that. Just noticed that. Super duper. Got the wheel well here. But yeah, there is a mighty, mighty, mighty mess of wires. There's so many wires, and I don't know what they go to. The other thing is, I think is kind of funky, is there's water lines going that way. But I don't know why they're going that way. Unless they're going under this. Maybe that's what it is. That makes sense. But where are them wires going? I might have to dig into that. The other thing is I've discovered that this ain't no bueno. It's no good, sir. It's no good. So I'll definitely have to replace that. And probably just replace this too, because it goes underneath the shower section. So I got to think about that. That's something where I got to think about it. Also started kind of digging into things, but it is what it is. You know what? It is what it is. So, just making some headway. Mostly what I've been looking for is just kind of get a little bit of a baseline of what needs to be done. There's quite a few plumbing bits that need to be done. I'm hoping this tank is still good. It feels solid. It's not cracked. But the fittings coming into it tell another story. Also, there was like a drainage valve that goes out. So that's why you see a little bit of daylight coming through there. This supply is kaput. It has a city water, but it's like they're two different things. So marry those two together. Get some better fittings. I don't know if this functions. It looks newer. But also it says 1286. So is that Christmas of 86 that this was installed? I don't know. But it's got some newer pecs coming off of it. So it's just trying to build a little bit of baseline. Try to figure out what I'm dealing with here. And definitely a lot of the base flooring needs to come up, especially around that shower area. It does seem like there's a crack in the shower floor, which had to be easy to fix. Like there's these valves here. I don't know why there are valves here. Is that for servicing the shower area? Do they need to be there? I don't know. But yeah, there's like just from around here, like this is a converter. Pretty sure that this is automatic transfer switch. Hey, Duke Manley from the future here. This is not an automatic transfer switch. It is just a distribution box. You've got a newer looking square D little panel here with two breakers on it. But who knows what that goes to. But there's just some things where I'm like, okay. Gotta readdress the numbers. Budget's still good in terms of things I see here and things that I've discovered thus far. Definitely what I'll be doing is like the converter, the breaker and stuff. That's all going to be, I'm going to put it this way and keep it away. Redirect this. Like this has a kink in it, because that little fold-down couch kept hitting it. But the idea is having a table here that will only extend 18 inches. So 18 inches. So a decent sized table, but it should actually, what's the depth here? Yeah, it should clear the wheel well. So maybe what I could do is build a structure on top of the wheel well and then keep everything back. I might look for a different water tank, maybe something that maybe different shape. I've seen some ones that are just proper rectangles, and I might go that route just because of how the fittings are, and if that's an original water tank, I don't know if I want to jive with that. Same with the water pump. I don't know if it functions. I could test it out. I just need a 12-volt power supply, which a lot of this is kind of big unknown until I can get a battery and get a battery charger and get all the solar put in. But it's just, you know, a little bit of unknowns. But at the same time, it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, that looks like a lot. And also, shout out to my Asian brethren, because these brooms are highly functional. Like, you guys figured it out, and there's a reason why they all look like this, because it works. But there's something where it's like, it's doable, exceptionally so. And I might be speaking out of ego and out of self-confidence, but I've done crazier things in my life, and I will add this to the list of crazy things that I've done. So, will this sit above me converting a Chevy Astro to a 5-speed manual? I don't know, because that was pretty crazy. Be sure to check out that video on my channel. But yeah, for kind of digging into things, just kind of getting an idea of what I'm dealing with, I'm not shying away from this project. Can't scare me off that easily. Well, that's about it. Stay rusty.